Hello, happy solstice, summer solstice, longest day of the year. Longest day of the year.
I just did a coronavirus test because it's been a little bit earlier.
The rat test.
And I kept choking, but it's just a cold, and I know that because I did a test.
Yeah, the rat test.
And so if I cough, it's because I've got throatage. But yeah,
She wasn't feeling too well, so
I don't have it.
We did a coronavirus test.
I don't. They've just seen evidence I don't have it.
Yeah.
So, also, another thing. Well, people who some people have been posting things on Facebook, but they need to look at themselves before they post things on Facebook. Now, I wish they'd just look at themselves before they post this stuff, because some of the stuff that they're posting...
Yeah, things about trust issues and how you should be true to each other and things like that. And some people put that up and they just...
Be treated how you want to be treated. If I treated people how they treated me, they wouldn't like it.
Exactly.
Not one bit. So, yeah. They should just look at what they're doing.
Right, we have been looking at some things to do for content. And one of them was we were going to review a couple of things that we've been watching on Netflix.
And Amazon.
And Amazon. Right. Now, I've been watching something
Toilet Bowl. We watched the Toilet Bowl.
Yeah, we watched Toilet Bowl quite a lot. We're great viewers of Toilet Bowl. That's for the Toilet Bowl.
Oh, before the toilet. It's a Toilet Bowl. So that's that. We watched the Toilet Bowl.
Oh, no, with no glasses on, bear around my mind. Right, I've been watching this thing on Netflix called Hemlock.
The Toilet Bowl.
Hemlock Grove.
It's on YouTube, not on
I believe
Netflix.
it's called Hemlock Grove.
Henlock Grove.
Hemlock.
This is Henlock.
I couldn't see, I didn't have
Hemlock.
glasses. Hemlock Grove, it is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It is directed by
Eli Roth.
Eli Roth.
Eli Roth.
As you will probably know from Cabin Fever,
Hostel,
and things like that. He does a lot of really gross horror.
Love him.
The people in it...
But he did actually do the House of Clocks in its walls, and that wasn't gross.
No, but they usually are, and Hemlock Grove is in that vein of being disgusting.
He's into animals. He likes animals.
Bill Skarsgård's in it. How do you pronounce her name?
Femke
Johansson. And Freya Tingley.
I have no idea who that is.
She is in that thing that you've been watching, that Haunting Hour. She's a little girl, I say. She's a little girl. She's about 14, 15. But she's in it as well. I just think it's a good name, Freya Tingley. Freya's feeling tingly. So, yeah, she's in it as well. It is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It's about... Basically, there's a werewolf who's a gypsy, and there's another werewolf. Now, the gypsy, on the transformation, it's really disgusting because his teeth fall out and his skin comes off and his eyes pop out, and it's really disgusting. And he eats the flesh and the eyes that have come off of him. And then he goes out and he just basically runs around and has fun.
Do your mind.
The other werewolf isn't so sweet and innocent. The other werewolf is eating people. And there is a tracker who's come to that town to try and track this werewolf that's eating people. And the other werewolf, the one who doesn't eat people, is trying to track him as well, with Bill Skarsgård. It is weird.
If you don't know who Bill Skarsgård is, he's the new...
Pennywise. The new Pennywise, not Tim.
Just shut up, shall I?
The new Pennywise, not the old version. Well, you've got these two movies as well. So, you know, So I've been watching that. You've been watching something else, haven't you?
I've been watching several things, right? So first of all, it's the Haunting Hour. Now, if you were into Goosebumps, which I was very heavily into, I still watch it because I'm a child. Very heavily into Goosebumps when I was a kid, and I'm still very heavily into Goosebumps now. Like, so much so when the film came out, I went to cinema to see it.
Horror for Children and Young Adults, done by R.L. Stein.
Yes, R.L. Stein is a genius when it comes to writing books and doing TV shows. Also, right, so the Haunting Hour it was books, but it was in America, and it was on telly again in America. So we didn't have it over here. I've been watching it on Amazon. It's free. If you've got Prime, it's free. And it's a bit. It's not like Goosebumps in the sense of it's for older children, but it's not like gory or anything. It's just weird. I mean,
it's a lot scarier than Goosebumps.
You watched that one, The Perfect Brother, yesterday.
Yeah, and that was pretty weird.
And the one about the doll.
Yeah, I mean,
they're
pretty weird. They are quite scary. There's a lot of jump scares in there.
Yeah, even you.
I don't jump usually, but there was.
She jumped over a doll.
There was a part in it that made me jump.
It was funny.
Yeah, because I don't normally jump when I'm watching something. I mean, I can sit there and watch a jump scare film and not move, but I really wasn't expecting that, and it did actually make me jump.
But Christopher Lloyd, who is Doc from Back to the Future, isn't it?
Emmett Brown.
Oh, also, you know Greg?
Oh, Greg from Diary of a Wimpy.
Yeah, he's in one. I watched it yesterday.
Roderick.
He's in, no, not Roderick.
Greg.
Greg's in one, and Greg's
as long
friend,
as it ain't Manny.
Fregley, is in one. He's Fred. What's his name? His mate's friend.
Rowley.
He's in about 3 of them. They are really, really good.
I know this, but we're quite big
I haven't
fans.
seen. I don't know. I haven't seen all the series. I'm up to series 3. They've only 3 seasons, so that I know of. I mean, I don't know because there's 2 sorts of things, but I'll have a look at the other one. But as far as I know, there's only 3 seasons. And Roderick hasn't shown up yet.
Well, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, we are quite big fans of. Because we're sad.
It's funny. Like the weird mum dancing to this rubbish band, and she does the dance, you know. So it is good. So if you get a chance to watch The Haunting Hour, please do.
In YouTube, weird mum dancing to lame band.
Yeah, it's on
and that is Exploded Diaper.
Right, we watched a film called The Odds.
Yeah, The Odds.
It's basically, this is a game.
I can't watch torture films as a general rule. I do draw the line at torture.
It's this game, and this woman, she's in a room with this guy, and he's really nice.
Oh, he's sweet.
At first, he's really sweet. He's like you know, bandaging her wounds and that because she's got to do endurance tests of pain, and the first one was like hold your hand over a candle for a certain amount of time until 3 people drop out, and then if you can last until the people drop out, you go to the next level.
If you're the last one, then you go on to the next level.
And you win $1 million if you win. So she's like holding her hand over this candle and she's burning her hand, and you see the burn on her hand, and he dresses it for her, and it's really nice. Then there's a thing with a foot.
Yeah, the rat.
Yeah, she puts her foot in a box and there's a rat and it's eating her foot, and he dressed her foot for her. Then there was that other thing with a foot.
Yeah, screws.
Yeah, screws into her foot. He dressed it for her, really nice. Until it got to the water bit.
Yeah.
He said she had a bullet in her hand, and he went, if you want me to pull you up, because he had to hold her head underwater, he went, drop the bullet. And she went, okay. Now, no one knows what was going on, because he was the only guy who had the tusk in his ear, so you didn't know who dropped out, when they dropped out, or why, or whatever. So, because some people would drop out before, if they knew what the thing was, they'd be like, no, not doing it, fine. And he said 2 people have dropped out already, you've just got to outlast 1. And he held her under the water for about 10 minutes, which would normally kill you. Or at least you'd pass out. But she was like holding her hand like that, and she did actually do that, but she didn't have the bullet in her hand. And then, what did you do with the bullet? And she went, I swallowed it.
Yeah, because she didn't want to risk dropping it.
Yeah. So he held her head under the water, and he was being really, really weird with her. And then at the end of
All
it,
the way along, it was, I'll be your fiance, tell me about the house, you know. We
Yeah.
just keep concentrating on the house with me as your husband and your daughter.
and then at the end of it, he got a bit too big for his boots, and she killed him. And she killed the 2 security guards, and she picked up the Tusky thing and he said, "You've won." Now we don't know. She had to play Russian roulette, and he made her do it about 30 times. We don't know.
And it was going up a bullet every now and again.
Yeah.
And in the end, there was 3 bullets in that gun.
But we don't know whether or not people were actually dropping out, because he said, "No one's dead. No one's dead." If you've got 3 bullets in a gun, the odds are stacked against you. It was a 5-barrel gun. The odds were stacked against them, so obviously someone would have died, and there was 3 people. Well, 4 including her, but 3 other people she had to beat.
But it was a really, really good film.
And then we had The Dare.
But I could watch that torture because she was free to walk out at any time.
And she was gone.
So that was
And then we had The Dare.
another 2.
There was this guy, he got taken into this room. There was a guy who was...
And it was, do you want to be in our gang?
Hang on, not yet. There was a guy in the corner he had his mouth stitched up and his eyes stitched, and he was in a really bad way, and he was like stitched up, and he had like chunks cut out of him. I can't speak. And he looked really worse for wear. So what happened was, it showed you what happened in the past, and they said, "Do you want to be in our gang?" And they put him through really bad tests, like they crucified him in dirt. They covered him in worms. They made him they put a cockroach in his mouth and he swallowed it. They put a spider in his ear and he managed to squidge it before it... Sorry, my earring's coming out. He managed to squeeze it before it got anywhere. So what he done to them was, he said to the guy who was taken at the beginning, he went, "Inject this in her ear," because there was a woman there, and he injected it in his ear, and it's spiders. And he crucified the guy to the wall. That bit with the maggot. He held this guy's eye open, and she had to slice it, and she put a maggot in his eye. Now you know that they'll eat through soft tissue, so he would have eaten through the eye and gone into his brain. So he said, "Cut my eye out." So they cut his eye out, and then he died anyway because he was being a...
It's been a religion, wasn't it?
Yes. So he died anyway, and she was actually really nasty, wasn't she? And he had her by the throat, and he had a knife to her, and then spiders started coming out of her mouth, I think it was, or her nose or something, and she got killed. And the last one left was this guy, and he managed to escape because he killed him. And he managed to escape, and he got home to his kids and his wife. 10 years on, his 2 girls...
It'll turn out to be really horrible.
Yeah, horrible. His 2 girls go out with their boyfriends, and they're in the woods where it happened. And they're like, "Oh, no, he's dead. And then at the end, he's not dead because he kills them both, which is wonderful. It's great. But yeah, so that was The Dare. So if you want to watch 2 good films, The Odds and The Dare. If you're into horror, if you're not into horror, don't watch them. And gore. Everyone knows that I love gore. Look at me, I look all sweet in this, and I love gore.
Yeah, wearing one of her new dresses from Killstar.
Sleeves.
Now, there is another thing I'm going to review tonight. Well, enough 2 things I'm going to review tonight.
Ooh.
Well, sort of review one of them. But...
I might review something because I was sitting over there.
Yeah, I know what you want to review.
And the other one. No, not that one. The box. Don't, not over, under. I got it.
Right, so you can start yours.
Right. So I told you about a little venture out to B&M's when my mum got her money. And I found something, and I think I mentioned it before because I was over the moon about it.
Yeah, you did mention it.
Them, for £4.
Frosty Lucky Charms.
They're magically delicious. I have had a thing about these since I was a kid. Like, I'm on about little kid, like 5. And Mum used to have these hexagonal jars. Hexagonal jars. 50p shape, she calls them. And she used to have one with Lucky Charms in it, one with Rice Krispies, because she loves Rice Krispies, and one with something else in it. Cornflakes in it. And then she had like this other one, and it was like a long one, and she used to have a spaghetti in there. But this is hard to get hold of, and it's usually £8. Someone's cut that. That was where they unpacked it, but it's not actually cut through. It's usually £8 a box because it's imported from America. These are £4. That's half the price that I've been paying for them.
Well, the thing is, the reason why I have these jars is because there used to be a way shop in Emsworth, which is where we used to live, near Emsworth. And I used to buy like 500 grams of cornflakes and 500 grams of Rice Krispies. But I always had to get those in a box, and I couldn't leave the box hanging around because it didn't match. So I used to put them in the jar, which worked quite well because they didn't go soggy or anything in the jar.
But these are very hard to get hold of now, and it's a large box as well, which usually they're about £9. 14.9 ounces. Metric weights.
Yeah, it's American, so the imperial weights.
But it's got marshmallows in it, and if you're in America, this really annoyed me actually. You can buy just the little packets of the marshmallows.
I think you can hear one of them.
So these are my Lucky Charms, but even on Amazon, these are more than £4. But they've got chocolate ones as well, but they haven't got them in B&M. The only ones that you can get in B&M are the originals, which are these ones. And as you can see, they're not opened yet because I'll show you something else in a second. But these are my absolute all-time favourite cereal. They always have been, always will be. And I love them, and they're £4 in B&M, so I think I know where I'm going when Mum gets paid next.
There is an English one that is similar called Mateys, but they're not the same.
It's not Lucky Charms, is it?
No. And they used to be made by Nabisco, but now they've gone to General Mills, and they're really difficult to get hold of.
It's like, give me Lucky Charms!
Yeah, it seems like Andy likes Lucky Charms also. But these are Kaylee's ultimate, all-time favourite cereals, and nobody else's.
No, they're mine. No one has them in the house. That is my cereal. Also, because this is why I haven't opened the box yet. Now you can get these in a pound shop as well as B&M, and they are £1. There you go. And they're the tubs of Lucky Charms. And they're really, really good. And they are Lucky Charms, just like Lucky Charms, like them. But they're in a little pot. And they're really good. And I love them. And that's like one portion in there. Which is like 26 grams.
Right, I would like to...
Hang on, I ain't finished yet.
Sorry.
So yeah, these are £1. So if you get 4 of these, it's like 4 portions. But if you get the box, it's going to give you more than 4 portions. And the box is a big one because it's the large size.
And they're gluten-free.
And they're gluten-free. And very, very, very good. But quite sugary, but they are nice. And like I advise anybody to try Lucky Charms. And if you want to buy me a present, send them my way.
I would just like to say thank you to anybody who responded with a comment to my horoscope reading on...
That was Leanne. Just one. Leanne.
Thank you, Leanne. I'll be doing Cancer tonight. I don't know whether you've got any Cancerians in the house, but cross-watch by all means. And if you enjoy it, let me know. If you want a love reading on any of the horoscopes, I do, let me know, because I was doing general.
I usually I do the general, she does the love.
But we're both learning. And as I say, I do clarify it with my playing cards.
But this is the problem, because I'm having so much problems and trouble in my love life. I can't concentrate on anyone else's. So I have to do the general. She does the love because of that.
But if you do want a love reading, let me know.
Oh.
If you want a personal reading, also let me know.
But you have to pay for them.
Yeah.
Also, okay, so everybody knows about me and my hair. Yeah. I'm thinking of changing it again. So I've got one more dye of black and red, and I'm thinking of going all red again. Let me know what you think in the comments and whether I should or not, because I will do the video of my hair being done like I did last time.
The thing is, this girl here looks like Ash Costello. I don't care what anyone says, she does. Rick Mayall or Ash Costello, okay?
Just done the Rick Mayall face.
The thing is, we was watching back on some of the old toilet bowls, and on one of the thumbnails, Kaylee looks
What's that?
just like Rick Mayall. She's pulling this funny face and she looks like Rick Mayall.
If that's a thumbnail again, I'm going to go mad.
So, she does, but other than Rick Mayall, she does actually look like Ash Costello from New Year's Day.
When I'm not pulling that face.
When she's not being Rick Mayall.
Rick Mayall lives on inside of me, apparently.
It's carpet farty.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's thinking of going on red, so let us know what you think.
Again.
Yet again.
But the thing is, it's because I have an issue with my hair and I get very, very bored of it very, very quickly. And I've had it this way for about 3 years now. Yeah, thank you, Smudge. Clarification, 3 years now. I've had my hair like this and it's getting a bit tedious and I want to change it. I mean, I know it's not red at the moment, it's sort of like a pinky kind of orangey kind of weird blondie colour, but that's because I had a box of purple dye in the cupboard and it went pink. Go figure. But I have one more black and then I need to just buy red. I mean, I've got the red for one more black and red, but I'm thinking of just going red again.
It's for a little while.
Drive me mad until I dye it like this again.
Right, now, Unstoppables. This is gorgeous. The Lenore Unstoppables.
We got these from B&M also.
Yeah, can you remember the price?
I think it's $2.99.
Right, they're $2.99. I've never seen them that cheap anywhere else. They're usually around about £5.
And these are the golden orchid ones. You're not having them back?
Give them
No.
back. Stop messing about.
I'm not messing about. I'm being serious. They're lovely. But we've got some other ones as well. We've got pink ones somewhere. You have the pink ones. I'll have these ones.
Doesn't matter what colour.
Does. The smell.
This is the old packaging. Shows you how long I was knocking about. Yeah, they used to come in a package like this. And
so what you do with them is you put them in the washing machine. Sorry, I had an itch here. You put them in the washing machine before you put your wash in. And then when you put your washing in, you put your clothes over the top of them. And then when they wash, you go round and round and round, make your clothes more nice. And they're just basically scent boosters that boost the smell of your clothes.
or what I do with them. When we go on holiday, I get a sock. One of the pairs that we're taking. And I fill the sock with these. Because they're like little... Who doesn't know what they look like.
They're like the wax, like the wax beads that you melt down to wax your legs with, or your armpits, or your anything else.
Or even the smell ones. The smelly wax pellets you can get from the...
Yeah, but they're usually wax melts and they're usually bigger than that. They're usually in a shape.
But anyway, they're those. We fill up a sock, and when we get the luggage out of the case, it smells gorgeous.
Yeah, I usually put the sock in my drawer.
Also,
when I'm at the
if
place.
you use those vacuum bags, which I tend to use a lot of because I've got a lot of stuff and not a lot of room, you can throw some of those in it loose. I mean, yeah, you have to hoover them up when you clean it, when you get your stuff out, but or alternatively put them in an organza bag.
Also, another bit of useful information: the bottle is 100% recycled plastic.
And you can also put them in an organza bag, put them on a hanger, and put them in your cupboard. But they have.
So I'm cold. I'm hot, so I'm just trying to.
And the other thing I tend to do is if I'm mopping the floor, I fry them full with the water.
Yeah.
And they dissolve, yeah.
Yeah.
And you get this lovely smell and it works very well. Also, I keep harping on about this stuff. Don't worry about that.
B&M.
I got a big bottle from B&M.
I could wear that as perfume.
It is gorgeous. I mean, it's Midnight Blossoms, is it?
Midnight Blooms.
Midnight Blooms. It is lovely.
Now, I found this one in the first place. We went into Wilkinson's and I went, oh, what one do you fancy? Like, that one's got a nice bottle. Purple. And she went, well, what does it smell like? I mean, I don't care, it's a nice bottle. So we smelled it and it's like, oh, now it's our favourite one.
Yeah, and
She used to like Linen Fresh.
I'll buy it whenever I can get me mixed.
I don't want to wreck my whole thing again, I can't stop.
I buy it whenever I can get my hands on it because I love the smell of that one. But what I do is I get an old squirty bottle and I put in.
I can't stop smelling it.
I put in a tiny drip of fairy washing up liquid.
Yeah, washing up liquid, your fairy.
Quite a lot of that. And then I'll top it up with water.
How much was the fairy this time?
You've got the receipts. I can't remember.
It's in the living room. Yeah, we bought the bottle of fairy that she was going on about.
Yeah, I am obsessed with the fairy because I think it's a rip to pay £1 for a bottle of it when I can get a big bottle of it for like £7 and that fills it up for the better part of 6 months. So I do tend to be really miserly on that. But I put a little dribble of what fairy washing up liquid in it. I stick loads and loads of Zoflora in it and then I top it up with water. And Kaylee found out something. She uses Mr. Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
She calls it Charlie Sheen. Mr. Sheen furniture polish. She uses.
I need more.
She uses by the gallon. She loves that stuff. But what happened when you were cleaning off the computer desk filter the other day?
There was these stains on it that I've not been able to shift for ages on the drawer, and it come off. But I'm not going to use it on the telly.
Well, you can't because it is very wet.
Exactly, Charlie Sheen gets used on the telly.
But it's Zoflora with a little bit of fairy in it, topped up with water, and it is amazing. I use it to wipe down my sides. I use it for pretty much everything. And, I mean, you walk in this house now, you can smell it, Zoflora. It's...
I get some Discala tablets when I get paid.
It's not my fit.
On the second.
But,
if you want to see me descale my Tassimo, it's not very interesting. Let me know.
But as I say, that's what I use these for. And I know they are only supposed to go in your washing machine, but there are other uses. And as for Zoflora, I use that for virtually everything.
We need to have a shelf in the bathroom. Well, we do, because what happened earlier?
What, you hit your head on the flusher handle?
Yeah.
But I do. I use things for stuff that it's not supposed to be used for.
Also, I found something as well.
Why don't you just stick it there so it's right in front of me? Thank you.
I found something as well when we was in Aldi, and I have a thing about bruschettes. They're better for you than Crispies. I love my Crispies though, but they are better for you than Crispies. Although they're baked, aren't they? So
yeah, but they are brushed with olive oil.
they're brushed with olive oil. Olive oil is good for you. So they're better than Crispies, and they're done in the oven, so they're baked. Now I love bruschetta. Anybody who knows me knows this, but the garlic and herb ones or the cheesy ones. Not tomato, no. But they got the cheesy ones or the garlic and herb. And you can put things on the bruschetta, such as cheese and things like that. Now I have this thing where I have cheese spread. Yeah. And I'm going about bruschetta being like low in fat, and I just get like cheese spread and just scoop it up and eat it. But besides the point, so you can put things on them. I found, I think it was 99p. There were 99p. In Aldi, they've got big ones, big bruschetta, big bag, and I thought there were small ones inside it, but they weren't. They're big. They're big ones. They're like that, big bruschetta, and they're like actual ones that you can put cheese and things on.
Please bear in mind you can make your own bruschettas as well.
I know, but I let them. They're easy. You just eat them. So I got 2 bags of these bruschettas, and they're really, really nice, and like a big bag like that. For 99p. And like fake Pringles for like 69p. And jerky was lovely, but that was $1.99. But that was nice. I love jerky. And they had like beef jerky and pork jerky. I never had a pork jerky, but hey ho, you know. So I got some beef jerky for $1.99. It was very nice. But them girls, and they were winding me up.
Well, the ones who really confused me.
Now I had no shoes on because my feet were hurting, so I took my shoes off. I'm walking around in Aldi. People walk around with no shoes all the time. I've seen it, but they were weirding me out because I had no shoes on. So they decided.
I was calling Paul McCartney.
So they decided to walk up and down in front of me and my mum. Now she can't see, and they were blurry, and they were shouting a lot, and they were disorientating her, and they were winding me up. I wanted to go and punch them all, but they were minors. So
Because I can't function when people are doing that.
I know what I was doing. I was trying to talk to my mum about jerky. And saying what one should I get. Because I didn't know. Because she knows I like jerky. And she does what's best for me, which is getting me jerky that I like. I said, what one should I get? Should I get beef or pork? And she went, I don't know. And she couldn't concentrate on what I was saying to her about jerky because they're idiots.
So please, if you see someone if you're messing around and you see someone who looks like they're distressed, the possibility they are, so please don't do it.
And if they've got someone talking about jerky, leave them alone.
Definitely don't do it.
No, just leave them alone. They're concentrating on jerky, not what you're doing.
Jerky's important. I thought I would tell you what I do with cleaning products that you shouldn't really do.
And one other thing though, in B&M, I love B&M. B&M's great. You can get Tassimo pods for what is it? $2.99, $4.99, $2.99, $2.99. It's $2.99.
One of them was $3.
Was it?
Yeah.
I think it's like the caramel latte. But like when you can go into Tesco's and get them for $4.99, and then you go into like B&M and you can get them for like $2.99 or £3. Where would you rather go?
Now there are a lot of you out there who remember old powdered milk.
We are gonna go into B&M again, but
blindfold me first.
Not going down all the aisles.
Yeah, some of you might remember this. It's very old-fashioned. It's powdered milk called Marvel. Now,
Marvel!
I picked up this tub of Marvel and I said, "Oh, powdered milk. We need that because we always run out of milk."
You've got Spider-Man in the basket.
No, I said we always run out of powdered milk. I've got Spider-Man in the trolley, and she went, "Is it gonna fight? Don't open it."
I'm not opening it. I'm playing with the tab.
Well, don't play with the tab. And I said, I've got Spider-Man in the trolley, and she wanted it to fight. But they've got Marvel in there, and I haven't seen Marvel on sale for a long time.
It's not got his bum.
No, it's not got his bum, it's just got a normal tin bottom, but yeah, they do Marvel in there, and
I want Spider-Man's bum.
less than 1% fat, so...
Spider-Man's bum.
Does that look like Spider-Man's bum?
I can see myself in it and I'm all blurry and weird. Yeah.
So yeah, they do. Now I've actually got Marvel in there, and I used to use that when I was on a diet, and I used it for all sorts of things. And it's really good in porridge.
I don't like porridge.
You used to love.
I don't
porridge.
like porridge now. But yeah, that's the point. Muesli. I have got an issue with muesli. You buy it in the shop and it's got raisins in it. And then you had to sit there for ages picking out the
I
raisins.
said make your own.
I looked on the YouTube. They've all got raisins in them.
No, they haven't. That woman makes it without raisins, but she puts yogurt in them.
What was granola?
Well, you can make your own muesli. It is pretty simple. You just use a lot of dried fruit and you don't have to put any.
I don't like raisins. Raisins suck. Big time.
Well, why don't you just get some oats and put grapes in it?
No, because you have to dry out the grapes and then they turn into
No.
raisins.
Nitwit. You get fruits of the forest. You don't stick a couple of spoonfuls of that in when it's poured out. You can buy it in the tin as well. You stick a couple of things of fruit in it, and then you chuck some grapes in it. You don't have to dry anything out, and you stir it up.
Oh, speaking of fruits of the forest, or forest fruits, I was looking on Amazon yesterday. The tin sweets, the travel sweets. You know I'm laughing. When we used to go to Hemsby,
We used to buy a tin, the round flat tin of travel sweets,
which was great.
Sweets.
And then Dell would break hard.
Oh, do you remember that, Dan? We had a tin of travel sweets in the car. And I don't know what the hell was going on. I think someone in the factory was having fun. And I opened them and it was like an explosion. It was just a cloud of that cornfloury, sugary stuff they cover them with.
I thought it was icing sugar.
No, because icing sugar's sweeter than that. I think it's cornflour and icing sugar mixed. And it just went everywhere. It was all over me, it was all over Dell, it had blown back all over her because we had the windows open. It had gone everywhere. It was like Casper and his family in the car, seriously.
But like, I've had this idea, like, okay, people are going to be like, you're weird. Okay, so me and Mum was talking about my car because I want to get a Prius. Quite nice, you know, like, nice to the environment. Part petrol, part electric. Yeah.
Good fuel consumption, yeah.
So, I want to get a Prius. Which is fine. I like Priuses. They're okay. You know, I'm a girl. It's fine. If you're a man, it's a bit blue.
No, it's still...
Blue.
It's only the blue ones that are...
So, I want to get a Prius. Priuses are quite nice cars. So, yeah, I don't mind Toyota. It's fine. So, we had this idea. I'm so anal when it comes to organisation. I know. I am terrible when it comes to organisation. So I said I want to get a boot organiser, which is you put your jump leads in there. This is where it gets silly because of the things that I'm going to have in mind, right? So you put your jump leads in there, fine. You put your I don't even know. This is ridiculous.
Okay, normally in a car you have a jack, jump leads, the universal nut undoer for the wheels,
the cross. Oh, what's it called? The cross. Yeah, I used to know what it was called.
Tyre iron.
Cross wrench thing, yeah.
Yeah, the thing. A pump. And...
tyre pressure thingy I want to get.
Well, you don't really need that when you're on the road.
No, but you know the ones that we saw them in
the tread measurers.
No. You stick it in and it pumps up your tyres. If you're
a compressor.
Get one of them. I want to get one of them. But in my car, we're going to have all of that plus a Hoover. A dirt devil. Because I know what it's like in this house. I know what it's going to be like if I don't have a Hoover in my car.
Yeah, but the thing is, what you've got to remember is this house is the dustiest house I have ever known.
My car's not going to be like that.
I've lived in lots of different places and I've never known one this dusty.
So you undo the windows if you're driving somewhere and dust blows in. Or you're smoking and you flick your ash out the window and it comes back in. Yeah? And then you just hoover it up when you go to the services or something. You eat in the car. Crumbs. It attracts insects. Not having that. And I want to get some like car shampoo and what? Like dashboard cleaner and seat wipey stuff. Are we going to have wet wipes? You said that.
Yeah, I said we're getting those wipes from that company where they're biodegradable.
Tissues. You need tissues in the car. You always need tissues in the car. And a fridge. What? Okay, so you can get these little fridges for cars, right? Now, she wants to go to Yorkshire. She wants me to drive her to Yorkshire. So I said, we're going to need drinks. And I don't want to stop her for every single services. Because you get thirsty on the road. So we can stop off at a diner or something, and then we'll stop over at a guest house or something to get some sleep, because I'm not driving like 15 hours straight. So I said, we'll get, we'll go to a diner or something, because there is a diner on the way to Yorkshire. I've been there. The 50s diner. Anyway, I've been there. So I want to do that. And then we'll stop off at a guest house or something for... That Coke is mine.
No, because of the water. Have you got
It's
problem?
behind the camera. You can't have it. Anyway, sit down for a minute and I'll give it to you in a minute. Right. So we'll stop off at a diner, get something to eat and have a drink and that, and then we'll go to a guest house or something and get a night's sleep there. Reason I want a fridge is because if I'm thirsty and I want a drink, there's drinks in the fridge. If I get the munchies and want a sandwich or something, I can pack some of them in the fridge, and we've got them as well. They'll stay fresher because they're in the fridge. So, and if I want that yogurt or something, it's fridge. And it's a small fridge.
And cheese and cream.
So, shut up. I'm going to have a little fridge. I want to get a jerry can or two that do 20 litres so that I can have petrol. Because petrol...
And we saw them in B&M.
Yeah, petrol is a very important thing that you need.
Big black ones.
So I want to get one of them. She wants a boot bag.
Me shopping.
And I have been told by my mother and by many other people, because I am a fan of stupid shoes, I admit it, take a bag in the back, in the boot, that goes in the boot. You need a change of clothes if you get stuck, a toothbrush, some toothpaste, some shampoo, some conditioner, and some shower gel. And something to scrub with. I have a pumice stone.
And a couple of towels.
And some towels. And sensible shoes and some socks. That way, if you're stuck, you have clothes. Always have a coat in the back and a UV vest. And make a thingy with the AA.
Get membership.
Membership
To
with the AA.
Or green flag or the RAC.
It'll be the AA.
Well, yeah, it'll be the AA with you, but I'm just saying there are other places.
It'll be the AA.
Direct line and places like
AA, yeah, it'll be the AA. But but why is it as well? This annoys me too. Women are charged more for insurance than men. Why?
Always has been the one.
Why?
I don't know, because I find it's women who have less accidents than men, so.
Why do we have to pay more for insurance when they're the idiots? Anyone else think that's not fair? I think that's really bad. I don't think that's fair at all. And like, you've got all these men on the road having crashes and stuff, and then we're on the road like, nothing.
Well, I think I'm going to try lipstick in my ears.
We're not stupid. I mean, that's what your passenger side's for. But not when you're driving. And that's why you have a mirror in your bag. But not when you're driving. And, your mobile phone that gets switched off. And am I just like extra safe?
No, because that's a lot of stuff I did.
You didn't
Well,
have
we didn't have a
phone.
mobile phone back then, but if I had a mobile phone, I would have left it at home or turned it off.
Or you go, Mum, if my phone rings, take it.
Yeah, and I'll go, what do I do?
Slide up. But yeah, so, there's... And people are like, oh, she's saying she wants all these things. It's not going to happen. It will.
We've got Safety Annie here.
I'm on about the stuff in my car.
Yeah, because you want to get the bat air freshener from Killstar.
2 of them.
And I want to get a teddy bear, so as you got something to stop the seatbelt from rubbing.
I've already seen the fridge I'm going to get. And also in the back, because Mum said always take a pillow with you. So, you know them, this is where it gets silly. You know in the Disney shop, you've got them, they're not actually toys, are they? They are like pillows. The big,
They're not actually cushions.
yeah, they're like long, I can't remember what they're called.
Bolsters.
Toomies, I think. Or toonies.
Toonies, probably.
Yeah, they're like, you got Mickey and Minnie Mouse. I've got the mini one upstairs, and I've got...
They look a bit like a caterpillar with
What's
a
it
Disney head
called?
on it. Huh?
Davy Crockett. I've got Davy Crockett and I've got Minnie Mouse upstairs, little ones. And I want to get some of them for the back seat. And I want to get probably a blanket from Killstar, actually, to go in the back seat as well. And I found these covers for the car that I want to get, and they're quite expensive, but it's my car. And they're furry. It's my car. They're furry. They've got black ones, you've got red ones, you've got purple ones, and I get black ones, and they're furry, and they keep you warm in the winter, but I need to get ones for the summer. You get the Nightmare Before Christmas ones then?
It is actually our car. I'm going to see about getting me blue badge, which is going to cost me £10 a year.
Tragic. Not as much as my tax and insurance.
And so we'll be on the road.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Because my driving instructor said that by the end of this year I should be driving.
And I can go to Yorkshire, and you can go to Alton Towers.
Oh, I can go to Whitby. Woohoo!
Yeah, we can do all this weird stuff that we've wanted to do for ages, but we had no chance.
One of the main reasons that I'm doing my driving is one for her, because she's going to make me drive everywhere for Christmas. Not just Christmas. She said, I want to go to, like, what is it? Home Bargains. And Lidl. And Aldi.
The thing is, my eyesight is getting increasingly worse.
Hello, Tiggy.
I don't think that it's ever going to clear up, and it is getting worse and worse and worse by the day. So I really need some way of getting there. And when you consider to go 3 miles, is it, to Maryland's to get me shopping, that is like minimum of £10. Minimum of £10, but I've also been charged up to 12.
So it will save us in the long run. I mean, I know my tests, my lessons, not a test, I ain't gone to test yet. My test's going to cost £100. My lessons are quite expensive.
Yeah, they're bankrupting me.
But I'm doing 2, she's doing 2. And in the long run, it will save us money. I mean, I know we've got the car and everything else, but the car I've seen is under £1,000. So, and it's Prius, and that's what I want. It probably will need some stuff done to it, but
yeah, well, we're pretty good at things like that, so...
No, I meant like technological stuff.
Oh, technological stuff.
Because I want to get one of the cameras in the back so that I can reverse easier. Because that's what my driving instructor's got.
I'm sure we can find a mechanic that can do that.
So
we've got a mechanic at the end of the road. I don't know how much
some
charges.
computer things that I want put in my car. Like also the I want Spotify.
Yeah, and GPS and...
Yeah, so I need some like electronical stuff put in my car when I get it. I mean, I don't know what's in the car yet, so I have to have a look.
But we do have a garage at the end of the road. I don't know what your charge is like, but
if I can get the stuff, then it should just be able to fit. I could probably fit it.
The thing is, there are a lot of mechanics around, and there are a lot of original merchants, and also not in it.
Yeah, and I could probably fit it.
Yeah, so things to look at. But I mean, that is in the future. That isn't actually happening immediately. So
not that far in the future.
No, but it's still.
But yeah, so I've been told that by the end of this year I should be driving, which is good. But my test is going to cost £100, and I haven't done my provisional yet. Provisional? No. Theory. But my driving instructor said that I'm able to go for that now because I'm capable.
Well, like I said, we'll do about 2 weeks of going through the stuff on
I also need to get a
highway code.
But yeah, I will show you when I start getting the stuff in my car, which will be soon because I want to get something, get it out of the way. So I've got it. I will show you what I've got for it, and things are going to start happening. And also, when I'm like, this is another reason I want to drive. When we went to Lanzarote, it was taxis, and it was costing us a fortune. If I'm driving car hire, I have to pay one payment for the car hire.
The thing is, I have a lot of trouble on public transport now because of my eyesight and the fact that I freak out when there's too many people. So I do have a real issue with public transport. If she's got the car, I know that on occasion we're going to have to get a tube somewhere or something like that, but it's going to be a lot easier than what we're doing now, which is either a taxi or just trying to do it some other way, and it's just not viable. So,
and also getting to the airport will be a lot cheaper as well.
Yeah, so we've got all that to come because I've been on 3 planes now, and I intend to go on a few more before I actually.
I know that it's going to be expensive, but leaving your car at Gatwick Airport seems like a pretty good choice to me. It's looked after. You don't have to worry about it, and yeah, I have to pay for it when I come back, but it stays in the long stay car park and it's looked after. And then I don't have to worry about getting home because I just get in my car and go.
The cases.
Get the cases in the car and then go.
It's awesome.
This actually, Mum, them people, their car got scratched. Tell them, because you was like watching.
This woman, she looked a bit like Wallace's
She'd
girlfriend.
been tangoed.
Well, she was orange for a start, but I think that's because she'd been on holiday and she was tanned. But she looked a bit like Wallace's girlfriend, you know, Wallace and Gromit on the DFS advert. She looked a bit like her.
She had a round nose.
Yeah, she'd go, hello, yeah. And we left our car in your car park and I'm not happy with your service. And I was like, oh, I wonder why not.
And she was like, wait.
I'm not happy with the service she provided.
It's like walking really slowly past and thinking what's going on.
We come back. We've been away for 2 weeks. We come back and it's scratched.
Mm.
Now, I saw the scratch. Well, I didn't because it was tiny. Someone's took their key to it. No, they hadn't. They might have done and accidentally scratched it in passing, but it wasn't like a gouging. So there's a great big scratch on my car. My tyres are gone flat. Well, yes, if they're left for a period of time, they will. You have to give them a little pump up when you come back. My tyres are gone flat. It's covered in dust. Well, yes, it's been there for 2 weeks. And somebody stuck a key to it. I'm not happy with your service. What are you going to do about it? And I don't think that she got the answer she wanted because she got, that is disgusting, that is. Do you really
disgusting!
That's disgusting, that is. Do you really think that I'm willing to pay when it's covered in dust, the tyres are going flat, someone's took their key to it? Oh, Christ, in a minute she's going to say that she's got no petrol in it or something, you know. She's whinging. No, I didn't hear that. But she was whinging about everything.
The oil's evaporated.
She was gone for 2 weeks. I mean, yeah, the battery probably gone flat. Jump start, that's what it's for.
The battery wouldn't have gone flat unless you left that on.
The battery does go flat if you don't run it every day.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know about over 2 weeks, but sure.
I don't think it would have gone flat in over 2 weeks. No.
But she was really taking the mickey. I mean, I felt sorry for whoever was on the other side of the phone. Really do.
Like, I didn't even know what was going on. She went, wait. And I was like, what? It was like creeping past really slowly.
Yeah, well, she was really ranting. And I was like, and her husband, he wasn't like that. He was going, that scratch out is. The tyres are going flat.
Oh, God.
Oh, look at that dust.
No. Was there water in the car?
Okay. I'm going to go to toilets, love. Honestly, why?
I wonder if they had to pay.
Well, yeah, obviously they did. They're not going to let them park it there for 2 weeks for free.
Well,
No matter
they said
what
they're not
damage was
paying.
done. So,
She's not paying.
well, she could argue with the parking attendant bloke because like she was having a row with some poor sod on the phone. But I felt really sorry for him actually. I was like,
That's what happens at Gatwick.
yeah, and she looked like Wallace's girlfriend, only with this tan that had gone orange.
She said her face was going. You said her face was going red as well.
It was because she was getting so irate, and she had this blonde bob, and it was like.
Orange skin, red face, blonde bob.
And she was really ranting at the poor person on the end of the phone. And she's going, "There's a scratch on the car, and it's all covered in dust." Well, yeah, it's been there for 2 weeks.
Take it to the car wash and get it washed.
If you're that concerned about it, go over to the bit where you top up the water and wet a blooming rag and give it a rub over if you're that concerned. I mean, Jesus.
Or wait until you get out of there and go to a car wash.
Well, it was the middle of the afternoon. It would have been easy to take it to a car wash. If you're coming home in the middle of the night like we generally do, it's not so easy.
No, when we came home from Lanzarote, it was like the afternoon because we left in the morning. We got back in the early afternoon.
And we came back. We've been in Lanzarote for 2 weeks. We hadn't seen rain. Yes, we got there in the middle of a klima, which is a heat wave, and it was really hot.
Mm.
But then it cooled down a bit, didn't it? And it was lovely. It was lovely, no rain. We had a couple of spits, but that was it.
That's all you ever get there, really.
And then we come home, and it was throwing it down. It was, even fishes were drowning. It was literally chucking it down. And it chucked it down all the way from Gatwick home. And then we got home. Mark goes, why you so like, that? We got stuck out and we explained this to him. He hadn't done the litter trays. The place looked like a bomber did.
And we cleaned up
I
like
didn't do anything. I only had my dinner
insanely cleaned up before we left.
I didn't do anything. I only had my dinner in front of me. Didn't.
He's having a pint, I think.
No, he gets things. He makes a mess in that corner and he'll leave it there. And then he probably cleaned it up 5 minutes before he walked in the door.
Mm.
But he knew we were stuck out there. We were stuck out there for a month, and in that time he didn't buy any cat litter. And we come on to that. It was foul, wasn't it?
Yeah, it makes him wonder what it'd be like if he had a cat on his own, you know. Poor little thing would never get fed or cleaned out. No.
But, his excuse was that we didn't leave him any money for the cat litter.
It's £1.
It's £1.
And I had all my money changed up into euros. I had no money. I
you could
literally
afford
only
to
had
buy
euros.
some pizza. But you couldn't afford to buy cat litter. That annoyed me.
I said to him, "Why aren't you going to buy cat litter?" He went, yeah. Okay. No.
At least he fed them. They were fed.
Mm.
And that's the
Well,
thing.
Andy
that's
would have been
important with it.
skinny if he hadn't had his food.
It was important with him. And the first thing I've
Can
done
you-
was come in and said hello to the cats.
Thank you. Andy boy came down and saw me. He's like, "Mummy's home."
Right, so we're going to leave this one here and go on to the next club. Right, so be kind and considerate. And until next time. Bye. We're going on to the subscribe, please. Like, share. Just do what you can with us, please.
Comment.
We do actually appreciate it. We've got 19 subscribers, and we would dearly love to have 20.
One more.
One more. Yeah, you're tapping me.
One more and we'll do a giveaway.
Look, even he says one more because he's tapping me. So
One more.
subscriber, and we will do a giveaway. I don't know what we're giving away yet.
Tiggy.
That's a good idea. I don't know what we're giving away yet, but there will be a giveaway.
We'll give away Tiggy. One Tiggy.
It seems like a good idea with what you've done yesterday. 4 a.m. he decided to go and run up the tree at the back of the garden.
Oh, yeah, that was great fun. I was trying to feed him, and he escaped and went to the back of the garden. I had to come out in my slippers, which are now covered in grass.
And she's saying to me, "Can you see it?" I can't see anything.
Well, I
and it was
couldn't see him.
camouflage.
He was under the tree. I'm out there trying to get him out. And she's like, and then there.
I couldn't see him.
Yeah, but having your help I wouldn't have minded.
What was I supposed to do?
No, just stand there.
I was just standing there trying to grab him when he came out, but he didn't work.
Yeah, little git. But you run back twice now to get him. But Andy ran out as well. But Andy came back as soon as he got called. Who's the best boy?
But anyway, we will speak to you on Mystical Elf in a moment. It's Cancer tonight. Cross-watch it, please. Cross-watch if you're interested.
If you don't know about the other channel, it's Mystical Elf.
And I'm the elf.
Although I look like a witch today.
I'm mystical.
With my sleeves and my fuzzy grassy. I look like a witch today.
And
She's the one doing the reading.
We will be telling you what incense we're burning and what we're doing.
Probably angel ones because they're the ones I brought out. So.
And we will see you on the other side. Bye.